After mysterious closure, Solar Observatory in New Mexico reopens. A solar observatory in New Mexico reopens Monday after being closed by authorities for 10 days, which would spawn nation's interest and speculation into the cause of its evacuation. Let's get this out of the way. Scientists say that aliens were not involved. On September 6th, the Sunspot Solar Observatory was suddenly closed by associates of universities for research in astronomy. That operates it within the public explanation. People who work at the observatory and those who live on the site were asked to evacuate the site. The site's post office was also closed, which is also on basically the campus of the observatory. The sheriff told the local newspaper that his office was alerted but not given any information. The FBI is refusing to tell us what's going on, Sheriff Benny House told the Daily News shortly after the closure. We've got people up there at Sunspot that request us to stand by while they evacuate it. Nobody would really elaborate on any of the circumstances as to why. The FBI were up there. What their purpose was nobody will say. But for the FBI to get involved that quick, and be so secretive about it, that was a lot of stuff going on up there, he added. There was a Black Hawk helicopter, a bunch of people around antennas, and work crews on towers, but nobody would tell us anything. From there, it was off to the races. Combined, the FBI, a powerful telescope, in a location in rural Sunspot, New Mexico. And you've got all the ingredients for some rampant speculation, government surveillance, alien, etc. Why'd the FBI close the observatory? People have the right to know, one person demanded on the observatory's Google page. The observatory in Lincoln National Forest, about 170 miles south of Albuquerque, and is the home to Dunn Solar Telescope. When it opened in 1969, it was the world's premier high spectrum resolution optical solar telescope. Sorry, the dogs are messing with me. The National Solar Observatory says, though it's now considered a legacy telescope, the Dunn continues to be one of the most versatile, user-friendly setups in the world, the observatory says. New Mexico is already associated with some people, associate in some people's minds with unexplained phenomena. The observatory is about 85 miles southeast of Roswell, New Mexico, a town long at the center of UFO lore. So what did happen at Sunspot? A security threat, though the specific nature of the threat remains unclear, according to statements from Aurora. Sorry about that. And the National Science Foundation decided to vacate the site temporarily because of security issues. Aurora has been cooperating with an ongoing law enforcement investigation of criminal activity that occurred at Sacramento Peak. During this time, we became concerned that a suspect in the investigation potentially posed a threat to the safety of local staff and residents. For this reason, Aurora temporarily vacated the facility and ceased science activities at this location. The decision to vacate was based on logistic challenges associated with protecting personnel at such a remote location, and the need for to the potential threat. Aurora determined that moving the small number of on-site staff and residents off the mountain was the most prudent and effective action to ensure their safety. Let's see. It said that it recognized that the lack of communication while the facility was being evacuated was concerning and frustrating for some. However, our desire to provide additional information had to be balanced against the risk that, if spread at the time, the news would alert the suspect and impede the law enforcement investigation. That was a risk we could not take, the statement says. In the helicopter's house, the sheriff told the Washington Post the Black Hawk helicopters aren't uncommon in this area, and called it an FBI spokesperson was not immediately returned. A person in the Bureau's Albuquerque office said he had no information and could not comment. Said the site will have extra security for now because of people showing up at the facility since its closure, given the significant amount of publicity the temporary closure has generated, and the consequence expectation of an unusual number of visitors to the site. We are temporarily engaging a security service while the facility returns to a normal working environment. The New Mexico State University professor who leads operations of the telescope said he was impressed by the theories that people had come up with for the closure. It was the first time I've had to deny contact with aliens or death by solar storm, and underground tunnels and new communication via X-rays all at one time, he wrote in an email to NPR. The observatory reopening means the researchers can get back to doing what they do, staring at the sun. We cannot wait to get back to work to show everyone the world-class research we do every day at the telescope. And that is NPR. And I will put this link in the description. NPR set station pick, September 17th, 2018, 3:44 p.m.